And having been in quite a few rock bottom situations at this point in my life, generally I have the adrenaline to get through absolutely fine the initial few weeks, usually up to a month. So bad thing happens, chronic health crisis, whatever it is, bad thing happens. And I'm sort of fine for about 4 weeks. And I even have more energy sometimes to get through that situation. And the issue begins to pop up for me. There's even a phrase for this. I don't know if you've ever revised for a set of exams or worked very hard on something, and then as soon as the acute situation is gone, you start to get ill. You get like the flu or another type of illness. So it's called the letdown effect, as opposed to the, breastfeeding thing. This is a bit different. So you start off in those situations with lots of adrenaline, and then that transitions to being cortisol. And the thing about those two hormones is they're really good at reducing inflammation. So probably what's happening is we are running on empty. We are doing amazing things because we're having to get through whatever this event is, possibly balanced with some midwifery shifts. And I don't like to fuck with that stage, actually. I like to try and get through using what my body's given me, because I don't think it's avoidable. I think it's a normal reaction, but you're going to be beginning to wear yourself down, and the odds are you will pick up an infection or something else. And then and your body will start to fight it off a little bit, but you won't really feel it. Your immune system won't be fully in gear. And so you're vulnerable to that infection being a little bit bigger than it usually would be. And then as soon as you are stepping down from that event, your adrenaline goes away, and then your immune system takes over, and that's when you get really sick. And for me, this often presents as like I'm really clear on what's happening to me now in terms of the vestibular migraines that I get, which are like they're like dizzy migraines. It's not pain, it makes you furniture walk, like hold on to things as you move around. This tends to happen to me. I'll have like a really good few weeks where I'm fully immersed in hard thing, and then as soon as the adrenaline fades, I will get these vestibular migraines. And it's that period of time where I have to start making really difficult decisions about how midwifery feels. Other tip: often when we get to a place of vulnerability because we are ill or we have this big event that's just happened, we've been left, a partner has decided to go have another relationship with somebody else, something like that, we have a tendency to either fight back or to completely collapse, or so we talk about fight, flight, or fawn. A lot of the time women are quite socialized to be super nice to everybody and not cause a fuss, so that can be another reaction. And Brene Brown, who's the sociologist that I bang on about all the time, would say, don't shrink, don't puff up, stand your sacred ground. I have amended this to be you-sized because I struggle with the word sacred. But yeah, that can be interesting if you think about your path through this particular event and whether you want to take time off or not. Are you being you-sized? Are you shrinking down to make everybody else feel comfortable, like taking time off because actually that's going to make everybody else more comfortable? Are you do you have so much adrenaline that you're just getting absolutely everything done? I think in some of the writing I did about this presentation, I mentioned like being in manic, I can get everything done mode. So it's just two sides of the same coin, and just keep trying to come back to being you-sized. And this is actually something I use in practice all the time. If I'm feeling quite vulnerable about something, I'm just like, okay, well, what would I do in this situation? What are my values? It doesn't really matter what anybody else's values are.